We're having a bit of issues here at the game, but we're going to go over some basics here. Okay. So, green fire here, it's your Hearth fire, it's your spawn point, and where you teleport to back into base camp. I'm going to go over some things that I got stuck on and then noticed other people were having trouble with in the world. Now, fires work differently, first off. You need to place stones, you build the stone place, you can keep reusing the spot at least. You have to left click and right click onto it to drop sticks in, then this red bar will go up. This is your fuel for starting a fire. You then have to click light fire under adventure, so it's adventure, light fire. Then you see it takes 2 branches, they will be highlighted in green, telling the recipe is going to use that. Its quality is based on survival, which in this case doesn't really matter, and the result is a firebrand. Now, this is something that requires a surprisingly huge amount of stamina. So one of the things you're going to need is a kuwasa, or a water skin, or a bucket. For me, it was easier to get a kuwasa. Other people were saying it's easier to get a bucket. Used to not be able to drink out of a bucket, but now you can. So let's go here, we'll craft this. It's just rubbing 2 sticks together to make one that's on fire. And the important thing is, assuming this one lights, I mean, there's a chance it'll fail, but other people were having trouble figuring out how to use it to light your fire. The problem with this is that as soon as you put it into your inventory, it turns into ash. So what you have to do is, after it makes itself, which it should... Okay, so you're now technically like holding it. Oh, it already went out before I even had a chance to do it. So we're going to have to drink some water, because we already used up about half our stamina. Ridiculousness. Yeah, we're going to do this faster this time. So now you're just seeing the issues with how this, works. And why people are having trouble with it. So okay, as soon as you click it, you will get it in your theory you're holding it in hand, because as soon as you put it in your bag, it burns out. So you will get a firebrand, if it will work this time. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Fire! And then you hold it and right click on it, the fireplace. You do this little blowing on it and boosh, you got fire. Now you can get rid of this little build menu, and you can open it up, and whatever you have in here is going to be cooking. I don't have anything to cook right now because I haven't been able to hunt anything. And now you got a cool little animation for putting it out, even though I'm barefoot. You think that would hurt like shit, but he's a ballsy dude. You don't need no pants, he just proudly stands there with 2 axes, breathing his balls wind. So we're gonna go over here, you grab your Colossi, you left click it, right click it, onto the water, fills it up, drink it to fill your stamina, yay, cool beans, all that nonsense. Fill it back up, cool. You also need to do this for chopping down trees. A lot of trees will take more stamina than you have, so then you have to pop yourself up there with that. Otherwise, stamina takes a long time for it to come back on its own. Just don't even bother chopping down a tree if you don't have anything to regenerate stamina with. This green bar is no longer hunger, it's now energy. Energy is sapped to replenish stamina. Eating apparently fills your energy. So it works similar to the old system, although it now is no longer hunger. Hunger is now a factor of how much FET points you're getting from food. So while you're really hungry, you're getting 3 times the amount. As far as I could tell, it takes real time for your hunger level to go down, so that way you can get a higher bonus from food. So it's an incentive for you not to play for long periods of time. Which goes into how Haven is no longer a free-to-play game, despite what this says. It's what happens now is free players now start with 48 hours of initial play time. That time is refilled 12 hours per month, and that full unlimited gameplay thing is nonsense, because you cannot keep up with that amount of game time if you're playing this game seriously. I put a lot of hours into what they're now calling Legacy Haven, and you just can't do it. You'll be locked out of your homestead, you won't be able to feed animals, it's just going to be a mess. There's going to be a number of payment options here if you want to be able to play the game. I want them to do some work to this. I have no problem dropping 15 to 30 bucks on this game if they tweak the options for a bit. 15 here will get you 24 additional hours. Oh, that's a little bit better than I thought. I thought it was only 12, so I guess maybe they're saying the 24, so maybe you'll get 36 hours of playtime per month. Maybe that would actually not be that bad, but let's see. No, never mind. It's saying that's immediate playtime. Yeah, so you're only getting 24 hours, so that's 12 extra hours per month for this one-time purchase. This is one time, not monthly. And then you're supposedly getting access to what they call Old Legacy Haven here. And it says as long as it lives, so that means it eventually will go away. Currently, the time of this recording, as far as I know, it is not currently up. So if you want to just play Old Haven and drop 15 bucks on it, which at this point I currently would rather play Old Haven than, you know, be locked out of Current Haven for expiring my game time. There's that, but you probably will have to be hoping that someone's going to host a private server. I've not heard any rumors about that happening. And you also get a hat. They have a lot of things for you get an in-game hat item, which doesn't really affect anything. It's a cosmetic item. You can then option 2 is to buy game times in little increments. Supporting the patch things look like it's just buying hats. I don't think that's what that's for. What you do for unlimited, this is the only way to get unlimited gameplay, is the subscribe method. So the cheapest one here is $10, and this is for 1 month, I believe. Yeah, and you get this hat. So you will be able to play for the full month that you're playing for that $10. And then I guess I'm assuming this scales for cheapness, but I haven't bothered to look at it. And then there's different levels. There's really no reason, as far as I know, other than you get different hats for the higher levels. But they all offer you the unlimited access to the game, and I think that's all you're really getting, and everything else is nice to get the developers. I have no problem with the developers getting paid for their work, and I think the game should be something people can put money into, but if you're going to allow people to jump in for free, and have been allowing people to jump in for free, I really think they should have handled it differently. I mean, Haven started off as the free game. I think if you wanted to monetize something, they should have monetized Salem and left Salem as was, instead of updating it into a new thing. Or, conversely, I think they should have left Legacy Haven open to people who wanted to play for free, because Legacy Haven was a very complete experience for me, and me and my friends and my girlfriend, we were playing it and having fun, and that was a good time. And now it's, you know, that's gone and taken away from us, and I'm not, you know, trying to harp on them for trying to monetize the thing. I don't think this current monetization system works. Some other problems with the new thing is you used to be able to make your friends list here with your Hearth secret, and then people would be able to spawn in the world near you, which was especially helpful if you had a camp already, like you had a house, you had fences, and you wanted someone who was under-leveled to you be like, hey, you're going to start off in my house, and we'll, you know, you could start, you know, having a safe place to start in the world. Well, safe-ish, because at that time, in that world, there were already tons of players who were going to be stronger than you'd ever be. I heard people on the forums complain a lot about Russian players who use bots and multi-clients to get obscene amounts of strength. Luckily, the ones that I met in my experience were non-hostile, although they used all of their ridiculous amounts of learning points they got to basically claim all of the land around our settlement, and me and my girlfriend played in their shade, basically, because they blotted out their sun with their giant claims. Just an alt, because they already had claims, and they already had villages, and then they claimed an area by us. So that's the thing. Now, it's basically dumb luck to try to find each other in the world, because you can't spawn next to each other, and the world is going to be massive, and if you can still make your friends with Hearth secret, and you can make a party with them, but you have to be in close proximity to be able to tell what direction your party members are in, even to meet up. So you're going to need, you know, some kind of real cartography skills to figure out where the hell your friends are and hook up with them. And a lot of what I see people saying is that they can't accept the fact that Haven and Hearth is a permadeath game, and they don't want to pay a subscription to have everything taken away from them. Something I think is going to be funny, if the only incentive for being a higher level subscription member is a shiny hat, people will kill you and then take your hat. Because once you lose that hat in World, you know, that item is gone from your character and someone else can take it. So a free player with enough time on their hands, assuming they could somehow keep up with the time restrictions that are in the game, can, you know, murder you and take your stuff if you're a new subscription player and you're so proud to have your little shiny hat, and, you know, some guy just kicks your teeth out and takes your hat and pisses in your tea kettle. That's all you got. And you can't even go to your friends for help, because there's no way to find them. I was already telling my girlfriend how I'd have to, you know, I'm just this nude guy standing in the woods trying to find my girlfriend, trying to use my dick as a divining rod to find her. And I was like, there's just no way. Apparently it's even harder to make clothes than it was than previously, or there's really no incentive to it. So I've seen a lot of people with kilns before they even have shoes. So I mean, I've seen some people with shoes, but I've never seen anyone with pants so far in the world. So pants are no longer a priority. Things you should know if you're hunting or you're trying to avoid an animal. Animals can now go into pretty deep-ish water. They can't. I don't think they can full-on swim, but they will move through water. Water is no longer a way to make yourself safe. I'm trying to find a birch tree now, so people who can need a colossa can know what to look for. There are some whitish trees, but only the whitish trees that have like bushy round tops are, so far that I've discovered, have been considered birches. And you need two bark from them to make a colossa, because you really need to have a way to recover stamina. It's just, oh yeah, this was a thing I was going to show you and I didn't realize you could do it. But you can jump off cliffs now, and occasionally once you get a learning thing, here you go, this is how you get experience points. Tree. Time pauses and leaves, and you spend it in midair. A fly trapped in the amber of time, and the last time has passed in the wink of an eye. And you hang there nothing, the defiant conquest of time and space, the thunder of the world surging back into motion is deafening. Okay, so I guess that's just for falling off a high thing. I fell off a mountain previously, but I did not fall off of one so high. So I guess there's a... You can call it discovery or an achievement, but now I got a few more learning points for that. But, again, those are limited. Oh, there seems to be a frog. I'm sure frogs have still very little use like they had before. You're able to make them into some learning, Oh, okay. I got some points for it. Frog. I don't know what these essence and substances and vitality things are for. They didn't exist before. But I'm gonna let him go chill off in the world. It's nice that he gave me a discovery. The discovery was probably experience points, not learning points like it used to be. So out of desperation I pulled an Altrock hair, or whatever you call them. Basically I ripped a handful of hair off a bull, and was surprisingly lucky that it didn't, you know, just ram me and gore me with its horns. That's how I died the first time I was playing Haven. Although there was an item to placate them, a 4-leaf clover, and there's just a chance that it doesn't work, and I was unlucky. But I found a single one. I was determined to run away from it because I got to a point where I needed learning points to progress. I'm still studying, but I figured I would at least go over the basics for people who didn't know how to do some things. I still want to show you guys a tree, that had a birch tree, I should say. We went over the payment options. Another random naked dude. Bulberries now give charisma. Some other foods have changed. There's now different varieties of berries. Some of them you actually already can automatically not eat. So if you're going to worry about berries that will kill you, as far as I know, maybe they don't exist. Alright, I think this is a birch tree. No, I'm gonna pick a catling from it because the birch has already been picked clean. Yeah, it's a birch catling. So this is a birch tree. I can't pick the bark to show you what it would look like to make a there we go. A colosso, I should say. Conversely, I think you'd also make a wooden goblet if you have the skills for that. Ooh, chicken. I'm going to capture this chicken. Gotcha. So this still works the same way. You get a chicken. Ah, this is a hen. You capture it, wring its neck. You now got a dead chicken. You then go to... Oh, you used to butcher it, now you pluck it. So I got chicken feathers. Let's clean it. Okay. Entrails, yum. And a clean chicken. I wonder if you could cook it now, or you should butcher it for meat. Okay, here we go. You had to keep doing it. You had to keep breaking it down. You didn't have to break it down as many times. But now I got a bone, which means I can make a saw, which is totally worth it. I do not want a bone glue. Ooh, I should probably get this other chicken. I need more stuff. Food, roasted meat. Okay, cool. That's something we need. But first off... Oh, you don't use wood for it now. I now use a tree bow. Tree bows are probably still everywhere. Says the guy who runs into every tree over here that doesn't have one. Jeez. You know, it's like every... Oh, here we go. Here's a bro. Anytime you want to show somebody something. Okay, got a bro. Craft. And I like now that they show you what different skills affect the quality. It's now intelligence and survival. Survival's a skill, intelligence is a stat. But I had made extra hammers because I saw someone else do it, and I liked having two of them on there. But might as well have two different objects as opposed to one of the same. Yeah, I'm going to want that chicken too if I can get it. I'm sure chicken meat is probably not going to be that fantastic. It used to give you dex. I don't know what it gives you now, and that guy definitely seems to be floating on top of the water, which is pretty funny. I like how I'm like it here, like I'm running around like some miniature Attack on Titan. Oh, this is my camp, okay. So, I have one wicker basket. I think I will be making another wicker basket here. It's not my build menu. I need the build menu. Containers, wicker basket. Another thing that changes, you don't drag and drop. You can't, that doesn't work anymore. Shift click doesn't work. If you have something in your inventory that will build, you just click build and it automatically will stuff it in there. Let's see if I have some room here. I think I have some sticks. I can trade them for the feathers for the time being. I don't particularly have anything I can do with the feathers anyway. Can I still? No. I can't even shift click to transfer items. Bit unfortunate. Oh no, you can, it was just delayed. Okay. So, get these items out. Stick these branches in here. I need to pick some more, but that's not a big deal. I like things that have animations now. Do you have some branches on you guy? Nope. Problem with all the new players all in the vicinity here is they're all picking things up at the same time. It took me a long time to find a birch tree, and during that time I found a boar instead, and the boar trounced my ass because I thought I could hide in the water from it, and it could swim more than it could before. So, much to my dismay. Let's store one chicken. Then we're gonna wring this dude's neck. I'm gonna pluck him, clean him, I'm gonna see what happens if you try to cook that. I'm gonna need more sticks, though, to make a... I already forgot what they're called. A firebrand. Yeah, you need to make a firebrand to light your campfire. Ooh, maybe that's a stick. Are we a stick? Yes. I probably dropped that myself and already forgot. Okay. Well, we got 2 sticks, but more than 2. But not enough for... Yeah, I need 2, so if the first one doesn't work, we're a little bit boned. But hey, we're gonna try it out. So we gotta go back to adventure. Like this sucker. We have full stamina, but low on energy-ish. So we're gonna let that go through. Then we will light this sucker up. And we'll cook up some chickens. And find out whether or not I can actually cook the clean chicken. I don't particularly need another bone or entrails, so I would rather cook it. Oop. There we go. Got it in time, I think. Cool beans. That was close. Alright, let's see what we can cook. Can I cook the chicken? Clean chicken does not go in. Alright. I'm gonna butcher you then. Oh. Okay, so I don't drop it in there. Alright, let's... Instead, what we're gonna go back to is... Why is this highlighted? Oh, it's that bone glue. Roast meat, here we go. Huh, roast meat is based on perception survival, so I guess you need perception to tell whether or not you burned it. We're going to need this new dude. Cook. Clean. I don't particularly know if the entrails are in any way helpful, but hey, I'll hold on to that bone. Put the feather away, because right now that's pretty useless. Butcher. Ooh, wishbone is a study item. That's useful. So we're gonna go drop this in here. Or is it not a study item anymore? Okay, cool, it is. It's just being delayed. So it's 474 learning points, mental weight of 5, but we have so few things to study, doesn't matter. And it's 12 experience points. Unfortunately, there is no explanation about how to get experience points, so I can't really tell you anything more about that. Oh, I walked away from the fire. Let's walk over to the fire. Yeah, I'm at the fire. Okay, so you have to have it open to be able to use the fire. Is it cooking them, or is that already cooked? Oh, this is what it looks like cooked. Okay. So this is sizzling roast chicken. So yeah, it gives you dexterity. So we're gonna eat that, fill our stamina a bit up. I think that sound means I probably got a stat. Let's open up our character thing. Yeah, the bar definitely reset. What stat did I get? Maybe I got perception. For a lot of things you need string and some other collectibles. You can't find them until you get exploration up to at least 3, I think. Then you should be seeing things like dandelions, and you're going to need string. If you get string, you could eventually find... It's apparently much easier to make a backpack, because you can make it out of string and birch bark. And you're going to need that for your Colossus anyway, so you better get used to what a birch bark looks like. And you can see I ate, I got back my stamina. I still kind of want to get more learning points before I do any of that. I think I might be cutting the video soon. I just wanted to show how to do some basic things, explain the payment methods and other stats of the server. But again, I'm not railing on them for wanting to get money. By the way, you can now stack piles of wood here. That's all that one little thing is, if you're wondering. That's a signpost I made. You can click on it and you can make a name of path and you can continue on down that way, so that's a way of mapping, I guess. Other than that, I don't know why else you would. Oh, and you can stomp out this fire, so I'm not wasting it again. Yeah, I think I showed that already, but I don't want to waste fuel if I didn't need to. But considering my game time is limited, because I'm a free player, we'll be logging out. But I'm not against paying money for the game. I think they should allow you to have a one-time fee for unlimited access if you want to do that. Man, it's nice that they still didn't lock free players out, but this payment plan system needs an overhaul. I'm not saying the game should be free and they shouldn't expect any money for anyone. I'm just saying, you know, give people who an option who would be more than happy to give a one-time fee for it, because people who enjoy the game think it's worth it. You know, no one's saying it's not, but a monthly subscription fee for Haven, when Haven used to be a free experience, and also being a permadeath game, I just don't see it. I mean, if you're paying, let's see, what is this here? If you're paying $300, oh, that's actually for a year. Okay, for a month. Let's do the month here. If you're paying $50 a month for this game, I would say you should get immunity to permadeath, and maybe you lose the stuff you have on hand. People can loot your corpse, but you should be able to respawn your Hearth, I guess, with your stats and your learning skills, which would still be a massive advantage in this game, because PvPing is gonna happen. It hasn't happened yet, because day one it's physically impossible. You gotta earn the right to PvP by buying, you know, basic criminal acts. You need to get trespassing and theft before you could even get, you know, the ability to knock someone up on their ass and then murder them. Actually, I don't think knocking someone out is a criminal act, because you can get rage, which is a skill that you need to attack other players or initiate combat. But I don't know. They need to do some work on this. A lot of people are complaining. I think part of the problem was that they made no announcements prior to the release about how things were going to work, and they completely blindsided us with the payment plan things. If they had given people time to process it, I think people would be more tolerant of it. But I think currently the current subscription plan is not feasible. I don't think it's going to work, and it's going to turn a lot of people away from the game. Currently, I'm already saying that, you know, I really think that Salem should have been the game they should have made for people to pay to play, or, like I said, continue Legacy Haven for people who want to play for free. I mean, I was perfectly content with Legacy Haven. Me and my girlfriend liked that game. We wanted to keep playing it. She currently even keeps wanting to play that over this, and, you know, not even Salem. But if it comes down to it, we're just going to be playing Salem over not being able to play this, because it's just not... It takes so many hours to do anything. You cannot accomplish anything in the amount of time that they give you. 12 hours a month is just not... That's, let's see, that's like, what, 4 hours a week? Or something? Or I do some mental math here. I don't really math much, so I apologize. Yeah, it just isn't a skill that I use very often. So yeah, so you got 12 hours. I'm sorry, that's 3 hours a week. So you're gonna tell me that you're gonna spend, if you're a serious player for this game, you're gonna spend 3 hours a week playing this game. You're going to spend more than 3 hours in a sitting. You will expire that 12 hours in a week. Not only in a month. Even if it's 24 hours, you're gonna burn through that time, I'm sure. Let's say if you're playing 6 hours a week. Let's see what that is. 6 times 4. Yeah. If you play 6 hours a week, you're done. You completely utilized your time. If you play more than 6 hours during the course of the week, if you play, say, 12 hours one week and 8 another, you're gonna find out that you're locked out of the game at important times. You're not going to be able to keep up with defending your home. People will steal your crops. People will do all kinds of stuff. You'll probably log in to find that your homestead no longer has any possessions. If you eventually get to the point of having livestock, I'm sure they will, if you're not on grasslands and keeping their quality low, if it works in the same system as the old time, anything that you have to feed or maintain while you're logged out of the game will die. It just cannot happen. They need to fix something. There are so many people who are so excited for this update, and it just it feels so disappointing. It really does. I'm really worried about what this experience system does. There's not a clear explanation of how it works. If you can't gain experience points by continuing to discovering things, I don't know how you're going to get more learning points. I feel like maybe your experience points will somehow regenerate after a while, maybe to a certain extent. Not to a high extent, but maybe some like small cap does go up. Like, let's say if your intelligence is like 10, you'll gain like, you will regenerate up to like maybe 100 experience or something like that. That's how the Salem system works, that you can only study a certain amount of things per day. But you can increase that with some skills and maybe a stat, I think, if like what your mental bar was an equivalency, because it's based on bars as opposed to experience or stat points. So everyone needs to figure out times of how and what works. There's going to be a lot of wiki updates, I'm sure. You basically had to play Original Haven with the wiki open, but day one there's not enough time for the wiki to be available, so you're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. I'm currently worried about the state of the game. I want everyone to be able to enjoy Haven because I enjoyed it. I was excited to see new people playing and to have a level playing field, because there was definitely people who had years of experience. Me and my girlfriend, and their level of strength was just astronomical. There were people, like, I had palisade walls around our fort finally. We had livestock, I was hunting bears regularly. I was getting up there. But there were people who had the strength to tear down palisade walls with their bare hands. Camped, just upriver from us. So I mean, there were some scary players out there. My character would have had to use a battering ram just to be able to damage a palisade wall, and that's not even taking the chance that the battering ram could break down before I could get through the wall. So I mean, there's just things like that that will happen. There's even if you're how much money people are throwing in the game, if you're going through like everyone becomes a subscriber, blah 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 blah, there's not going to be any moderation for the game. There's going to be no defense against bots or multi-clients. People will do it. At this point, free players are going to have to make multiple accounts to be able to maintain their homesteads. Assuming they can find their other characters, they're going to have to find a way to find their homestead. I have no idea how you would be able to find them. I don't even know how I'm going to be able to find my friends when I'm playing, because I want to play with my friends. If you can't play an MMO with your friends, what the hell's the point? I mean, something's going to have to happen with that. Even if, nothing else with the payment plans gets changed. You need to be able to play with your friends. I mean, that's ridiculous. The fact that they would remove features from Haven is just ridiculous. I mean, the concept is so you can't just put alts on top of each other, but the penalty against people who play with their friends is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So I'm gonna keep in touch with the game now, see what's happening. I'll probably make some more vids once I have the energy to walk around and figure out where more string is and other things, and show you guys how to make a backpack and get started with more things. Like I said, everyone's still not going into clothes besides shoes, but if I get more learning points, it no longer tells you how long it takes to study things, so I can't even tell you when I'm going to have more learning points, but hopefully by tomorrow I'm going to have something. I know previously I think the shortest one I had on hand was a wishbone, and that was 24 hours in the old game. So we will see later what I've come up with. But if you guys have any questions more about the game, or want me to do, or suggestions about what stuff you want to see or have me try out, you know, drop a comment in my video. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys want me to do some more with this game, let me know. I mean, I gotta ration my time. I'm not gonna have, you know, I currently don't work, you know, and I'm not getting any money from YouTube, but I would like to keep streaming some more games for you guys and doing anything. But, you know, $10 a month, it's not gonna happen for me. Maybe at best, I would be looking at the $15 verification to double my game time, but that's just 6 hours a week. I used to play this for like 8 hours a day. I just can't. This here and that really kills the experience for me, but I'm hoping something will happen and Ray of Sunshine will appear and, you know, they'll tweak this. I'm not saying to get rid of payment, you know, the payment plan. I'm saying to tweak it. It's just the formula currently doesn't work for me. I'm not saying anything over here is... I'm not saying your subscription is unreasonable. I'm just saying there's no... Even the, you know, the basic thing is... It's unreasonable for me. It's unreasonable for everyone I know. I don't know if you have disposable income, sure, support the game. No one I know is gonna be playing this, and I wanted to play with my friends. If I'm not playing with my friends, I'm definitely not going to be paying for a subscription. So, well, we'll see what happens. All right, I'm signing out, guys. This has been Haven and Hearth, and this is